Okay. There we go. Hello, 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 hello. Good morning. Welcome to One Global Movement. If it is Sunday, it is another special fun edition with One Global Movement. Thank you all so much for taking the time to be here today. Today is a special day in all of our lives, in all of creation. But you have chosen today to be here. That shows how important it is that we all come together as citizens of the world, as unpassive brand ambassadors, as a family, to begin to see what ways we can bring out to educate, to uplift, to empower our youth with a focus on the young woman. So thank you all so much today, and thank you for all what you've been saying, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. Do better so that we can disseminate this good information to all corners of the globe to help our youths, especially our young women. Like and share, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and put the thumbs up. Thank you so much. You all are so highly welcome here. Thank you to Auntie Lynn, who works tirelessly to make sure that we are doing the right thing. Thank you to Briddy, who is having some difficulties with the internet, but she's also working in the background. Thank you so much to John Barilla. You are such a devoted, committed, and very powerful helper. I see that all the time. I really love you. Remember, you're my uncle, Uncle John. Thank you so much to our artist, Divina, and all of the special people. Even if I do not call your name here today, I have seen it. I know it. I highly appreciate you. You're working behind the scene to promote us so that together we can uplift humanity with a focus on the young woman. So please share your comments. This is very interactive. Share your comments, because when you share these comments, we go back and read these comments. We will begin to do better. We up the game and we do better according to the changing times. So April is a very, very beautiful, wonderful month. It is a great month of powerful, divinely orchestrated happenings in our lives. A month of rejuvenation, rebirth, hope, and growth in our lives. So happy Easter to all of you, from our hearts to yours. And we love you all. May you always look with love, light, and wonder at that which lies ahead of you. So our topic for today is very fun, and it lines up with the message of today, Easter. Integrity. Integrity is the message for our topic for today. Why? Why integrity today? Why? Perhaps one of the first and most important is the ability of all of God's children to be honest and live with integrity in our relationship, be it educational relationship, be it family relationship, be it community relationship, be it a business relationship. It is so important that we have that sense of honesty, integrity, working together with love that comes from our hearts. So thank you so much. So now there is a quote that I wrote. It says, "The greatest of a man is not in how much wealth he acquires, his level of education, or his status in society, but in his integrity, his love for others, and in how much he affects those around him in a positive light." Integrity is not in your wealth. It's not in your level of education. It's not even in the skyscrapers that you build, but it is in your ability, your honesty, your love, your light to affect those around you And you cannot do that until you do it to your own self first. So it is so much important that we will always come here to remind ourselves of these important values, the value of integrity included, so that we can be happy and stretch a hand out to help a child, a young woman, to be happy. So every human is an artist. The dream of every life is to make beautiful art in others, situations, and things with integrity. So I'm going to ask a question. How many letters does integrity have? What do you think? Put your comments in the chat. How many letters? I know integrity is made up of 9 letters, but I'm not for sure if it's right. You correct me right there on the chat. Let us dive into the meaning of integrity with the letters. So I stands for initiative. Take the initiative to do the right thing even when no one else will know. N stands for nurturing. Nurture others through the quality of your actions, even when you know that no one else will know. T stands for teamwork. Teamwork is service before self. That's teamwork. Service before self, even when no one else is watching. You want to think about coming together as a team by doing things in the background when you know that no one else is watching. That means it should be part and parcel of us. Just like we're in unpassive, we should be working, placing those phone calls, calling founders to find out if there's anything that we can help them with. I see Roblin's life is doing that. I see others are doing. I have also learned to do that because I learned to do other things in unpassive. Now I am trying to teach other people to do the same thing. E stands for excellence. Excellence is all we do. In everything we do, we should exhibit excellence, even when we know that no one else is watching us. G stands for giving. Giving 100% of yourself, 100% plus, even when you still know that no one is watching you. R stands for respect. Respect each other. Respect each other, even in the absence of others, even when you do know that no one else will see you. I stands for intelligence. Be intelligent by knowing your job better than anyone else, even when you know that no one else is watching. And we do that through our back office on passive. So T stands for truth. Be true to the best that's in your heart. Always the truth that comes from your heart, because sometimes the truth might even be a mistake, but if it does come from your heart, it will correct itself even when no one else is watching you. And Y stands for you. You and I can make a difference in the world towards our youths, our young girls, even when we know that no one else is watching us. So that is so powerful to interpret integrity in that light. So integrity is the quality of being honest and having strong moral values and principles and moral qualities that will nurture you. In turn, you will use those to nurture others. So integrity is the act of behaving in an ethical, moral, honest, and respectful way, even when you know no one is watching. Because we don't have to be eye servant. Integrity means do not be an eye servant. Don't do things because you're seeking for recognition or you want someone to see you doing those things. You just do it because that is the right and honest thing to do. Don't you feel good when you do things that way? I feel good a lot of times when I do something, I realize that I did something that makes somebody happy. It also makes me happy. So, will it not be nice, a nice thing to maintain high integrity when our CEO says we should not post certain things unless the time comes for it to be posted, unless the right time comes? But sometimes, maybe by being mistake or maybe by excitement, we just want to post them. But in the end, we are not respecting the integrity of our company and not respecting the moral principles and integrity of our CEO. So it is that important. So we're going to find out what are the qualities, the high qualities of someone who has integrity. Number one, the person that has integrity is thoughtful. Be thoughtful of others. You're doing things knowing that you're not just doing it for yourself, you're doing it for other people. So you think and then you do it. And then number two, a person with integrity is respectful. No matter the situation, you do things with respect, because when you show respect towards others, it is what you have within you, which means you are somebody with high integrity. You're being responsible. You know that you have an obligation and you go ahead and just execute and do it without somebody coming after you to tell you that you have to do this, or without somebody coming after you to tell you that you did not complete this. You know you have that obligation. You just go ahead and do it without waiting for somebody to push you. For instance, like taking care of our parents. That is a powerful and blessed obligation. Taking care of the parents. You just do it. And taking care of these young children, these young women who maybe because of their background or their life circumstances, or maybe just because of the confusion around them, they don't know what to do. So we want to just go to them, offer to help them. And that is why One Global Movement is here, to make sure that everything, every information, every principle, education here gets disseminated into the world, so that these children know that there is something out there for them. These young women know that, you know what, there is better. There is better. So that's why we are here. A person with high integrity is reliable. You are reliable. This means you are consistently good in the quality of your performance, and you are able to be trusted. You just consistently be good. And sometimes you're good, but sometimes you're also going to meet with mistakes, because that is why we are human. Sometimes we make mistakes, but those mistakes don't mean that you are not a person of high integrity. Those mistakes are there to help you, to correct you, to make you to perform even better. And you are still a person of integrity, because mistakes are mistakes. Those are not things that you plan. So, number 5, you have good ethics, demonstrating appropriate conduct both inside of yourself and outside. That means within you, around you, even nationally and internationally. This is what our CEO really emphasizes all the time, that what he needs is just good behavior, which is integrity. Because as unperseverance or brand ambassadors, we want to do things for us that when somebody sees us, they will know that, oh, this person is an unpassive brand ambassador. How we carry ourselves, how we dress, how we talk, how we give hugs to people, how we care for people, especially these young women. That is why all women, the old women or old woman is there as one of the number one product, because Mr. Ashmufare has said so many times that we want to uplift the woman. We saw this during the Women's International Day in, I think it's Hyderabad or so, how they celebrated the woman, because we need to get into so many sectors. The woman is the silent whisper, the silent builder behind the scene. And we need to make this young girl know that they have greatness within them. They matter. They are smart. They are beautiful. They don't need anybody to exonerate them. They need to have these qualities in them. We build it up in them so that they have that high integrity. In turn, they can then start to also teach others, or others will see them behaving in a certain way, and it's going to start affecting others in a positive light. So that is very, very important. We as brand ambassadors are blessed and highly favored to see, feel, live it through our CEO, the high integrity of our company. And we know that some of our youths, our young girls, are also founders. They are brand ambassadors. My son is a young man. He is. And I've seen a lot of young girls that we want to help that are also brand ambassadors. So in order to be sure that these children are molded and become the greatness that God has created them to be, we need to nurture them to see the light, to be trustworthy, to be truthful, to be honest in whatever they're doing, to be people of high value and high integrity. Number 6, we have to be patient. Patient is one of the quality with somebody with integrity. Patience means you stay calm. Even if it means taking some deep breath, you just you relax, you stay calm, and you wait for the right thing to be done. We don't hurry to push people into things that are not okay, because it takes time to build a, a good, great business that will last for generations to come. It takes a process with everything in life. It takes a process to chew food, because if you swallow food without properly even chewing it, guess what? It's going to hurt your throat, your esophagus. It's going to not digest well in your system, so that you get the nutrients that you need for your upkeep. So patience is so important. So we as brand ambassador, we must build in us the spirit and ability to wait without becoming annoyed, without becoming upset, angry, or asking unnecessary questions that don't add value to our company, ourselves, or the process of building the company and building the hopes and dreams of these young women and youth. So it's that important when we exercise self-control rather than lashing out or complaining or being so impatient and irritated. We can also just take a deep breath or meditate or say some affirmations that will keep us calm. Or you can just repeat the word tranquility. When you repeat that word slowly, you begin, I feel it right now, you begin to have that patience, that calmness within you. Tranquility. So number 7, be self-aware. When you have when you have integrity, the ability to focus on yourself and how your actions, your thoughts, or emotions do or do not do for you, that is how you will learn to be somebody of high integrity. There is the Greek word that says, know thyself. Know thyself. It means understanding who you are spiritually, understanding who you are created by the Almighty God, understanding who you are, that you are reborn, that you rejuvenate, that you have to die in order to grow. You have to understand that in relation to yourself and others. When you come to that awareness of knowing thyself, of knowing who you are, oh God, things begin to happen. So there are a lot of points to be talked on here, but we're going to move quickly so that if people have any questions, they can ask. So we're going to go, why is integrity so important in our lives and in the lives of our company, unperceived, in the life of our children, our youth, especially the young woman? Why is it that important? Integrity in our company helps create a positive culture where brand ambassadors work well together. Yes, it creates a positive culture where we will work together. Remember, nobody is an island upon themselves. We are bound to work together, whether we like it or not, because nobody knows it all. That is why Mr. Ashmufara is so smart in building 1.4 million founders. That means we bring different skills. Today, excuse me, I am manipulating the IT world. I didn't know anything because somebody brought that skill to me and taught me, like Collins Mana and Celine and others now, and Briddy, who is helping you up all the time. Now I begin to learn. So Mr. Ashmufara brought us together for a reason, because he knows that we are gifted differently. Through our different gifts, he brings us together so that we can teach one another, hold one hand for the other hand to hold the other. And remember, he always says, no founder gets left behind. And we cannot just sit there and don't do something, use our integrity, the high qualities that God has, first of all, created in us, and Mr. Ashmufara is molding it and building it every day. We put it in so that nobody gets left behind. So we have to respect, trust one another, and then we depend on one another for certain things that we cannot do. But we must be willing to learn. We cannot just sit in our comfort zone and expect things to happen to us. We have to be willing to ask, to respect people, to be trustworthy, to treat them like we are willing to be treated, so that we can all learn together. And even when problems arise, which is a natural process in life, we are human beings, problems are going to arise, but we still use those high qualities of integrity to resolve our issue. So another factor is that a company and good work culture inspires workers and brand ambassadors to be more productive. Yes, integrity will inspire us, the brand ambassadors, to become more productive, move from one top to the other, and happiness reigns in that company when we come together in integrity as part of the same whole. Integrity in Unpassive helps foster an ethical approach to both internal and external decision making. This helps to foster our growth, our mission in the world, while also putting the well-being of staff and ambassadors first. And that means putting the well-being of these children that are with us, that have taken the initiative to really look for their own money and invested in Unpassive. We're doing this for them and also doing it for ourselves, because when we do it for them, it means we are also reminding ourselves that we have to stay focused, stay in that light of high integrity in order to help. Now, let us talk about some examples of integrity in our company, in the business, in our lives, in the school setting for our children, even in the community. Now, number one, remember, as a student, you have to show up for your classes in time. That means you have high integrity. You have to show up in time for your training. We, the brand ambassadors, when they said we should visit the back office every day, checking things out, we're not just looking, we're checking and reading, trying to understand what is going on. So that if we don't know, we ask questions, right? That is so, so important that we show up in time. And sometimes, even if we can't even speak, we cannot talk. There are a lot of us, our brand ambassadors family, that they don't speak, but they sit. There is something so powerful about presence, being present, and there's something powerful in numbers. That is the reason why we have 1.4 million founders. And then number two, you got to be ready to work. That is required to build. You got to be ready, not just sitting there and don't doing anything. Remember, our CEO talks about hard work a lot. Hard work pays off. You don't just sit and expect people to do things for you. You got to do it. You got to do it. They've made it so easy that people like us can just go and click. Living from brick and mortar, that I always write things down, to click and order. Isn't that amazing? It is so amazing. Number 3, do not make promises you cannot keep. A person with high integrity does not make promises that they cannot keep. Of course, emergencies do happen. When those emergencies happen, people are just going to automatically know because you have been an honest, respectful, patient person. That means you have integrity. So, number 4, be honest about your shortcomings. Let us not claim to know something that we don't know. Let us not claim to be maybe owning certificates that we don't own or certificates that we cannot defend. Let us tell the truth. Do not claim to own things that you don't own. Let people know about your shortcomings, because when they know about your shortcomings, they know how to help you better. If you are like me, you see me here, you be like, oh, this woman is highly educated. Why is she always asking about it? Because I don't know. I know my shortcomings. I know my strengths and my weaknesses. And everybody has strengths and weaknesses. There are areas that I can excel in, and there are areas that you can excel in. And together we can embrace that and begin to help one another regardless of the language barrier. There is no barrier in language anymore because we have interpreters. Imagine Mr. Ash Mufara is talking about how many hundred languages that we're going to see on Unpassive. How brilliant is that? I am going to try to push my own language, Meta, so that it can serve my grandparents. It can serve the parents of the village who invested in me so that they can begin to understand what is going on around them. This beautiful, beautiful, Unpassive company, which is built on high ethical standard and integrity. So we have to be honest, deal with conflict professionally. Let us not go and be abusing people. I know sometimes I can say I'm guilty, but when I know that I have hurt somebody, I apologize very quick because that is the best thing to do. We make mistakes sometimes, but we can only learn from that mistakes. So let us deal with conflict professionally because that is building our integrity up. Because when you build your integrity up, you're also building the integrity of the company. You're building the integrity of your team members so that you guys can play better and impact lives better. Take responsibility for your actions. Do not try to give excuses or try to push the things that you've done onto other people or try to blame other people for your own actions. Take responsibility for your actions because when you do that, it shows that you have high integrity. You're willing to make things better and better and better instead of trying to cover things. So when you cover things up, it is so stressful to cover things up. It's so relieving when you say, you know what? I take responsibility for my actions. I am going to make things right. It's so relieving. So, yes, do that. That is so important. Number 7, uphold confidentiality. We talked about this before. When they say, do not post things out there, it is not yet time unless it is the time. And we have to respect that because that confidentiality is for us, especially in our beautiful company Unpassive. It is for us to keep it within us because when we reveal it before time, we're not revealing quality that the CEO said. But when we keep it to ourselves until that right time, then we can send it out there. And some things are not revealed. Not everything is being talked about. Remember, our CEO said, are we not going to reveal everything to you because sometimes we go crazy, right? We can go insane. Somebody like me, with what I see, with what I read every day, what I hear from our company, sometimes I just jump out of my bed for no reason. Then I go online and trying to look at things and see what I can do. So confidentiality is so important if you have integrity. Set a goal, example, and lead by example. Do not say what you're not doing. Do you know that people trust you and want to like you, do business with you, love you, because when they see that you are saying what you're doing, live by example. Don't command people, go do this while you are not doing it. Don't try it because somebody who has high integrity would not defend their behavior to say, oh no, I'm doing this because of this. No, you do it. Even if, look at the CEO. He is doing exactly what he's talking about. That is a great example that I always quote. My grandmother was doing what she was teaching me all the time. And now I take those lessons into the world that are helping me until today. So it is so important. Be accountable. Be accountable. We talked about that. When you are responsible, it means you're being accountable for your own action. That is a person of high integrity. That is so, so important, and stand up for what is right. Do not try to cover up because it's your friend or it's your partner or it's your this or your that. What is right is right. Remember, our CEO says, we are going to be the correction to the corruption. We are also going to be the suppression to the oppression going on in the world, especially with our children. We see every day. If you are like me, I want to know the history of the world. I want to know everything that is going on. I read, I research. A lot is going on around the world. Let us get ready because we have a lot out there to do. And it is unpassive that is going to turn the world around in a lot of things in the next 10, 20, even why not 1,000,000 generations to come. My goal is to change the lives of 1.7 billion young women in the world and young boys. But I always say young women because that is my focus, is to change their lives for the better so that they can know better, they live better, and they do better. So what is your goal? And then we need to stand up for what is right. I said that already. So these are important things that we need to do. And, integrity is really about our behavior. How is your behavior? How is your heart? Do you have a good heart for others? Because if you don't have that for yourself, you will not be able to give it to other people. Remember, we cannot give out of nothing. We can't give out of nothing. If you see people giving you the crap, giving you some kind of looks or giving you the lies and everything, we ought to pity those people because that is what they have. They don't have any other thing more than what they are giving. And if people are giving you love, people are giving you appreciation, they are giving you trust, they are giving you accountability, they are giving you patience, they are giving you high ethical standards. That is exactly what they have within them. And that is good. But what about those who don't know? We don't know why some people behave the way they do. Not out of spite a lot of time, because of their background, their upbringing, their orientation. And we don't know. And sometimes we quickly pass judgment without knowing. So we look for ways to try to help. But sometimes too, it depends. Some people, out of pride or putting some chips on their shoulders, they don't want you to help them. What can you do? You put your hands together, because that's another way to help, is to say a word of prayer to them. So today's Sunday is a very, very special Sunday, a Sunday of rejuvenation, a Sunday of rebirth, a Sunday of growth, a Sunday of moving forward. A lot of great things are happening this month of April. It's a blessed month where we die to resurrect again in Christ. That means we build our integrity to even a higher standard. And the world is watching us. They're watching us every day, just like I'm watching myself. I'm watching on passive. I'm watching my fellow brand ambassadors. The world is watching us. We want to be the soldiers with high integrity to the world, that when we say something, people know that, yes, I have to believe in what this person is teaching me. I have to believe in this, because we possess that high integrity that comes from within us, from creation. And now it is even being worked upon. It is even well nurtured by our CEO and his amazing team. You see, why does Mr. Ashmi Farrow always call upon the name of Mr. Mohammed Kamal? Why? We know it. We feel it. We see it. He is a man of high integrity. He is to be trusted. And when you are a man of high integrity, sometimes you can overwork yourself, or the CEO can overwork you because they know who you are to us, to our company. And sometimes you can have more responsibility. Sometimes you can sleep less hours. And I know that that is what he is doing, and others, not just him. I'm just giving him as an example, but we know what team our CEO has built, a team with very high integrity. The moment he does not see that in you, no, you're not where to be found. And that is, we see this in Mr. Mohammed Kamal a lot. And we just thank the Almighty God for all what he's doing, all what the team that he's working with are doing. Know that we appreciate you because you are men and women of high integrity and value. So we appreciate you. So we're going to come to the end of this today, and so you can begin to ask your question. In conclusion, it is so important to know that people will warm up to who demonstrate integrity because they know the person is trustworthy, the person is honest, the person is dependable. Similarly, our CEO will be more comfortable with those who demonstrate integrity. He may give them some more extra responsibility because he trusts them. For instance, wouldn't you agree that this is the ethics of unpassive, that you see people with high integrity that are working behind the scene, they don't even show up to show their faces, but they are working? Wouldn't you agree? A lot of them are there because our CEO knows what they're doing. So I just want to thank you all so much. Thank you so much for being present again today. Please, let's move over to support Mati Tigamo at 12 p.m. And I don't know if the Heroes is holding today at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but we are for sure that Roblin Live is going to hold today at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Let us all go there to support. I will come back with the final word when Anteline gives me the opportunity to do so. And after, you must have asked some questions. That would be nice. So any questions, any comments, anything, you are very, very welcome. Otherwise, I will just continue and then we come to the end. So what's up? Some questions, some comments that I can reply? Anything? Yeah, okay. Kamlesh Kumar, in looking for people to hire, look for 3 qualities: integrity, intelligence, and energy. And if they don't have the first, the other 2 will kill you. There you go. Thank you, Mr. Kal. That is so true. You see, that is why I love to read this comment, because you are already contributing. That is something that is so important. I really highly appreciate you for writing that. Yes, you have to look with somebody with high integrity. If you don't, you depend on intelligence and energy only, it will kill you. It's going to stress you out to death. That is so true. Thank you so much for that. And then Doma, Lepka. Yes, ma'am, we are the soldiers of Unpassive. We should follow the instructions and should be loyal to the company. So true. It is so true. If you don't have that integrity, if we are not loyal, we will not get what we want out of our company. We need to be. There is no other way out. That is why we need to put in 100% plus to be loyal. Sometimes when loyalty meets mistakes, those mistakes are automatically being corrected by divine intervention, because God knows that what we do comes from our heart. So it is automatically being corrected. Thank you so much, Doma, for that beautiful, beautiful comment. You're highly appreciated. Thank you again, Kamlesh. No person was ever honored for what he received. Honor has been the reward for what he gave. Thank you so much. That is so true. We remember the scripture says, let us give to give. Do not give with any expectation. Don't give with any expectation to receive. Give to give, because giving, you must have filled your heavenly account with a lot of overflow that you can take to also give to others. So thank you so much for that wonderful comment. Success with Swati. I am so glad you are here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are in this together, Swati. I will get back to you after the show. We discuss the topic so we can begin to just nurture our young women. I am so happy. Swati has been so wonderful, and the daughter has been on the show here. She's a very wonderful, smart young woman. Vanshika. Thank you, Swati. The mad hat. Oh, with integrity and respect is how we do it. Certainly, certainly the mad hatter. That's right. That's the way we do it. And that is the foundation, the spirit and ethical standards of our company on Passive. I'm so glad that you founders are saying the judge. Look, Kamwa, thank you so much, Yvonne. You are such a blessing to us, or you are also. Those are words that are even blessing me even more to nurture me to do what I am doing for our young women and our young boys. This is so important. You guys continue to come here. I cannot do it all by myself, but it's also learning from you guys through your comments that we can do this. Joseph Neckford, thank you, Brand Ambassador Yvonne Mundih. I agree with you that with integrity, we can become the correction to the corruption and the suppression to the oppression. Wonderful. Thank you. That means that you also know what you're talking about, because this is so true. And we can only do it beginning with ourselves, having that high value and worth of knowing that, yes, I can demonstrate those high qualities of integrity. Thank you so much, Joseph Kaifot. And yes, John Barilla, you are all around us, helping, nurturing us ahead. Thank you for coming today, folks. Yes, thank you, Mr. John Barilla. It makes it a habit and show up at 11 a.m. Thank you. He is our commissioner of, how do I call it? Commissioner of what? But he's our commissioner here. Have you all given a thumbs up? Wow. Thank you, Mr. John, for reminding people. He's reminding all of us to give thumbs up for the show so we can continue to build the global economy of our youths. Thank you so much. Anteline is also reminding us. So we're going to be going here in about maybe 3-5 minutes, Anteline, if I'm right, so that we can join Mati Digamo at 12 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So thank you guys so much. Sabaj Chad, very nice. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you also for coming. God bless you too. Sub hash. God bless you too for coming. I will see you guys again next Sunday. Keep coming and keep commenting, keep subscribing, keep putting the thumbs up and turning on the notification bell, because this is the way we do it. This is how we're going to do it to reach 1.7 billion young women and boys all over the world. You are those who are going to help me reach this. 1.7 billion is not a joke. I don't know how to set little goals. I want it so big so that I will stretch myself and get to where I'm supposed to be. I have been blessed and highly favored. Otherwise, you will not see me here today. I've been blessed and highly favored, and God continues to bless me with people like you. Otherwise, I would not be here. And that is why I have taken an oath before God and man to help young women of the world and boys so that they can become what God has created them to be, because it took a village to build me up. Otherwise, I would have been gone. And that is why I am here today to share this and share my story and share the stories of others. I just want to thank you guys so much. So great session, Yvonne. Yes, Precious. Your name, you're precious. Look at you, Precious Deborah. You're a very precious lady. Thank you so much. And thank you, Harry County. Thank you for your love, your heart, your thumbs up. Thank you, thank you, thank you guys so much. And if it's amazing, thank you, Yvonne. Thank you, Stu. Thank you for coming here. Today is Easter Sunday, but you guys found it in your hearts to come and spend 1 hour with us here. It's amazing. Sharon, thank you so much for being here. I really, truly, truly appreciate you guys for being here. And together, we will move from one top to another top. We will not stop until we reach to all corners of the globe. Thank you, Sabhaj. Great session. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you too. Thank you too. So I am, if it's okay, I am just going to give, thank you, John. See everyone at Marty's Live. Yes, we are moving over the next door. Just in a few minutes from now, let us all move over because we are a family. Unpassive brand ambassador family. Together, we support one another to grow. God bless. Integrity first. Thank you. So I am going to be closing up. I will come back. Yes, I said I will come back, and now I'm here. So I am going to always remind you with this. If you want to be somebody of high integrity, somebody who can find it in himself to do what he says he would do, to be trustworthy, somebody who can be patient, somebody who is honest, somebody who loves from the heart. Thank you, guys. Thank you. It's a platform built with honesty. Thank you. And we are the soldiers of this organization. Thank you, Sri Jet Jenna. We are. Sorry if I don't pronounce your name well, but eventually I will learn. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you promote these. Let us nurture the world. Let's, in about 2-3 years from now, we say, yes, Unpassive is changing the world. But we are doing it even right from now. But we're going to do it more as we continue. So thank you. Thank you so much. So I will always remind you with this. A person with high integrity has to stay focused. Stay focused. Stay encouraged. Stay empowered. And always believe in endless possibilities. Thank you guys so much. We've come to the end of the show. I love you all so much, and we'll see you at Mundih. Otherwise, next Sunday is another special edition of One Global Movement. Together, we can use education. We can use empowerment. We can use whatever resources that we have to help our young girls to thrive, to build generational wealth while living a life of leadership and purpose. Thank you all so much. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I love you all. I love you so much. Thank you for coming. Thank you. The comments keep coming. Thank you. Angeline, we're done.